Wow. White nurses exposed for what they secretly do to their black patients. This video is from Evie Anita, and like what? Just the title alone. Come on. We go to hospitals and we hope that nurses are there to take care of us in our times of need. But is that always the case, depending on what color you are? Let's go ahead and jump right into it.
In all of my years in healthcare, heard a more damning condemnation of where our system currently lies. Because you know damn well this isn't just about class. This is also a deeply, deeply issue. Because Parkland Health, as you guessed it, serves primarily Black and Latino communities. And the wealthier hospitals that these organs were being diverted to serve primarily white communities.
So I'm a travel nurse, and I took a new contract. I was finishing out my last one in this place. I'm just gonna come straight out and tell you.
Tell us.
This place is filled with demonic activity. I can't even tell you.
Now, even though I'm personally not religious and don't believe in demons, I don't think there is any other word strong enough to connote just how evil some people are in the medical industry. So I cannot help but agree with the caption on this video, because some of them people out there really be acting like quote-unquote demons. Like this nurse, for example, who some time back made a video where she was allegedly bragging about how she denies her sickle cell patients their pain medication. And it's thanks to this sister by
denying people pain medication is definitely diabolical. Demon activity.
The name APRNBeauty_81 on TikTok that we still have evidence for this video, because outside of her page, I can't seem to be able to find it.
What up, Nurse Gang? What up, TikTok? So, I really, it breaks my heart when I gotta make videos like this, and it breaks my heart when I see this. You know, people usually hide when they're, you know, in healthcare, but when they just jump right out with it, it's just so disgusting. A medical student, a med student, not even a nurse, a med student, actually not a black med student either, sent me this, and they were mortified. They said they saw this and they were, you know, they couldn't believe what they saw. This is a nurse, travel nurse. So she says. I mean, nowadays you never know on the internet, but...
You never know.
Mocking sickle cell patients. Jackson, Mississippi.
Y'all know, man, it's a big black community in Jackson, Mississippi.
I can't handle that level of reason that go on down there. Jackson, Mississippi. When they don't get...
she's saying there's more activity in Jackson. That might be a later video, guys. Ooh, it's Jackson, Mississippi. What else is going on down here with this in the healthcare industry?
They're dilauded, and she's showing how she says bye to them. We're going to watch the video. And sickle cell is a debilitating disease. Debilitating. Sickle cell patients often say that they get discriminated against when they go into hospitals trying to get medicated. It's disgusting. And to see a nurse flat out online saying how she dismisses them when they don't get their dilaudid. Wow. Wow. And then I happen to go to her page and scroll down and see she says, oh, you know, I'm a Trump supporter. I can't wait till Trump gets reelected so he can give us epic nationally. When I get on this internet and I say nurses should never be for Trump, nurses being for Trump are dangerous, this is what I mean. This is what I mean.
You goddamn wish you would have played your cards right with me. I will see you in hell, you asshole, you liar, you manipulator. You goddamn wish you would have played your cards right with me. I will see you in hell, you asshole, you liar, you...
She really is mocking them. So she just pretty much playing a voiceover of her with the caption. That's crazy. When they don't get it, it's just like, come on, man, too niche. It's not even too niche. It's that like you're really, you know, pointing out really the hardships of having such a debilitating like what they say, sickness, right? And you just sitting there like really mocking them. That's kind of weird to say that you're in this profession.
Manipulator.
The comments. Another person chuckles and says, "Truth." Must be a nurse. And she said, "Every day." When President Trump gets reelected, I just have one request. Yeah, I'm gonna need TikTok to do its thing. We need to know where she...
Do y'all feel like being a nurse or being a doctor and putting your political beliefs on the forefront on social media is a good thing or a bad thing? Let me know in the comments.
She's working. She's dangerous to patients. TikTok, do your thing. I'm certain someone will let me know where she's working. This is disgusting. People like this should not be in healthcare. You're dangerous. Withholding pain meds from people with sickle cell. What else are you doing? You're dangerous. And I think Jackson, Mississippi is a black, more African American population out there.
Yep.
She got to go.
So after this sister made this video calling her out for this sickening behavior, other people joined in as well, calling her out and dragging her for filth. And of course, when that happened, she started backtracking, talking about how that's not what she said. She was taken out of context.
You would be correct. That is gross. And I have never denied any sickle cell patients their medication. If you guys haven't figured out, I'm a nurse. And so when a doctor orders pain medication, I give it to the patient because I am the nurse. And that is not up to me. So no, I have never denied sickle cell patients their medication. If you're new here, someone took one of my videos way out of context and I think put the mafia out after me today.
Now, maybe I'm reaching here, but her response to why she doesn't deny pain medication to her sickle cell patients was, I don't know, it's just weird because she did not say she doesn't deny her patients because that's not something that she would do. That's not right. That's not in her character. That's wrong. She said she doesn't deny because she's a nurse. She has to follow the doctor's orders. And to me, that's just like a very interesting response. And when I add the fact that she's smiling in this video, well...
Oh, shit, dude, yes, Ivy. I was thinking the same thing. She is way too happy. Way too happy. I know I got it halfway cut off and I can, I got my camera on me, but she is full smiles, full happy. She thinks that people coming after her is the brightness of her day. She wants the smoke.
I don't know about any other person, but if I'm being accused of saying that I do something as heinous as denying a sickle cell patient or any patient for that matter their medication, but I did not do that, I'm not sure I'm going to be laughing about it. So when I think about the situation from that perspective, this smile she has plastered on her face just become weird to me. Like, what's so funny?
I had mentioned how in Jackson, Mississippi, sickle cell patients ask for Dilaudid. And a lot of them need pain medications and need Dilaudid because they have a very painful disease. But there are also a lot of patients who abuse this. And if you've worked in any type of city, like Jackson, where there's a lot of sickle cell patients, you know what I'm talking about. This becomes a problem, and it makes it hard to treat people who are actually in pain. Sickle cell, other people with chronic illnesses, and it really puts a weight on healthcare workers and the healthcare system. Now, there are lots of places for sickle cell patients to get their pain medications. There's pain clinics, but sometimes...
Let's see if I could get us a little bit of a stretch here for us. Nope. God damn it. All right, guys.
People take advantage of that, and that becomes a problem for everybody, for themselves too. I never meant for that video to be taken out of context, but this is TikTok, and that does happen. It was taken out of context. I love being a nurse, and I love helping people, otherwise I wouldn't do it. I just don't like when people abuse the system. A lot of nurses don't. It makes it very hard for us to treat people who actually need help.
Quick question, madam. So are you saying that this is the reason why you maybe sometimes deny them their medication because you think that they may be abusing the system by pretending to be in pain so they can...
That's exactly what she's thinking. She's thinking that she is literally doubting every person that walks through there as far as if they're in pain or not. All right. She highly doubts, and it crosses her mind if they should be treated fairly or not. All right. And now she's relying on quote unquote doctor's orders. But ma'am, we know that is it. But you do have a part in all that. You get what I'm saying? If you're running the medication, you're following up on the checkups, you're listening in on the data, you're watching it, and you can raise the alarm and do this and do that and say this and say that. Like, come on, man. It's not just the doctor that's going to be in there. We all know doctors aren't always in a room running back and forth. That's the nurse's job. So yeah, you're heavily dependent on as far as pain management as well. Like the doctor prescribes it, but yeah, you are there to help supervise it. And it's crazy that you doubt that every person in there is just wrong. Like they're just telling lies. You can't feel what they're feeling. It's crazy.
Get more medication to abuse. Is that what you are saying? For clarity's sake, I'm asking. Because that's what I'm kind of hearing. That this right here is some kind of justification for why you allegedly denying them their medication. And when I think about the fact that it's usually, for the most part, Black people and other people of color like Asians, Middle Easterners, Hispanics, they're the ones that you find that sickle cell traits more in. And then you factor in the kind of worlds that we live in with the whole racial thing.
I hate to have to make this video, but I'm going to keep it short and sweet. You can read this for yourself. APRN Beauty created a video the other day, and it is causing so much bullying and harassment, which I can take, but now my friends and followers are starting to receive bullying and harassment like this for something they're not even involved in, and it's truly disgusting. I have respectfully asked...
Friends and followers are getting the hate. Jeez, wow. Delete your TikTok. What do you need your TikTok for? Make it make sense. Just make it make sense. Why are you holding on to this when you don't really even need TikTok? You're a healthcare professional. If that was taken out of context, that doesn't hold much weight for you, and you feel like you don't need this is causing pain for your friends and family, just delete it. But yet you're still on here. You're still giving this some play, so obviously it's something.
APRN Beauty to remove that video so we can stop this harassment. But she will not take down. She claims I'm lying about the harassment. Go to my page. You won't see anything in the comments. They're filtered because...
Oh, so now you need help? You mean like when your sickle cell patients needed help, when they needed pain medicine and you were refusing to give them their pain medicine? You mean like that?
Right.
Now you need help to stop bullying? Do you even understand the ramifications of being in a sickle cell crisis and what that can do to somebody's body? Like, do you even understand that? You're a travel nurse and you are not giving these people their pain medicine? Sickle cell patients? I don't think do you even grasp how sick that is? I would think you would know this already, being that you are a travel nurse or you claim to be a travel nurse, but I would think that you would know when you don't treat sickle cell pain, it can cause more sickling of the cells, of the red blood cells, more sickling. And you know what more sickling leads to, right? More blocked blood vessels. They're having the pain in the first place because they have sickling of their blood cells and it's blocking a blood vessel. If you have a blocked blood vessel, what are you going to end up with? If you're blocking major blood vessels, what are you going to end up with? You can end up with a stroke or you can end up with a heart attack, right? You know that, right? I would think that you would know that. If you are who you are claiming to be, I would think you would know that. And you wouldn't have the audacity, the unmitigated gall to deny these people their pain medicine when they need their pain medicine. I would think you would know that. And you don't need to be anybody's nurse, let alone anybody's travel nurse, because that is insane. That's wild. And I want y'all to take a wild guess of who sickle cell mainly affects. I want y'all to take a wild guess.
African American communities.
Like I have said many times on here, but just to put it on here one more time, I am not someone who condones online bullying or would support any kind of sending threat to people. So I am not in support of the people who did this to her or the people out there who do this to anybody. I think that there are better ways that we can go about addressing these issues. So after the situation went down the way it did, she either took down her page or...
Yeah, I just feel like even if this is the case, man, you're catching a lot of heat. Like, you're really giving this some play, lady. Like, why continue to justify and take up for yourself? No one really knows. Just delete it and keep going on with your merry business. That's all you have to do. All right. But right now, the fact that you're giving it so much play is that you got to prove you have a feeling that you got to prove somebody wrong. Like, you know you did something, but now you got to prove that you're innocent. That's what it's giving me.
Or her page got taken down because we've not seen her break light since on TikTok. And that's maybe for the better. Hopefully she's out there becoming a better person for all our sakes.
Right.
The situation that she was in was, right? So I was thinking, because she's in this vulnerable state, I'm not sure if I should put the video on here. But then again, you know, it was her mother who posted the video and I'm guessing with her consent. So for educational purposes, I think more people need to see this so people can really see exactly what kind of a world we live in.
What? How many times have you been pregnant? 3! This is your 3rd pregnancy? Yes! You have 2 babies. It's in my ass! You have 2 babies at home? Who's your doctor?
Lang is her doctor.
Y'all treat all your patients like this or just the Black ones?
Everyone's the first patient for you. My last name is Jones.
Man, look, she looks like she's about to give birth in this chair right now. I know it says 12
Her due date
later.
is the 10th.
Her due date's the 10th.
She got 3 pregnancies, 2 babies at home. I bet y'all listen next time. When you found out you was delivering at this hospital, your ass should have changed doctors.
That's tough, bro.
Thank you.
Everybody say how they treat people here.
Thank you.
Bro, what? Oh, come on, you not reacting. How do you not react to this? This lady obviously is fully pregnant. Like, she's just trying to give birth. This is crazy. She is chill. Way too chill for my taste, man. That's insane.
Ma'am? Yes. Are you able to call the anesthesiologist? Someone is coming to take you to labor and delivery. That's not what I asked. I cannot help.
This is the world we live in. This woman is in labor, in serious pain, but they could not give a damn. The most important thing to them was to be punching on a computer, because that cannot be done later. Like priorities. Like pregnancy and labor is not a joke. In my humble opinion, is the most scariest thing that a woman can be going through. Like, this is a very sensitive time she's in. Anything could literally go wrong. So this is not
I really feel like the nurse had no sense of urgency in this. Maybe, I feel like emergency room doctors and nurses, they definitely don't get as much credit as they deserve. But a sense of urgency obviously is needed in this situation. Like, why are you just sitting there chilling? I know there's stages like, man, can we speed up the process? Like, I feel like we as watchers or spectators, we gather this energy even from the clip. It has to be 10 times the energy in the room has to be 10 times as much, right? So like, how do you not feel that? How do you not be an experienced nurse? You look like an older experienced nurse. Like, you should know when the delivery is happening. You should know these things. And it's crazy that you don't react in a way as such. Like, come on,
time to be ignoring somebody or wasting time and doing unnecessary things. And they know this because these are health professionals. She's in a hospital. There are doctors there. There are nurses. But after.
Hello, TikTok family. This is a follow-up on the video that I posted earlier. So I was at work. I had no idea of the activity that was going on. My daughter's texting me, calling me. I didn't know what was going on. So finally I get home, they tell me about the video, and a lot of you was asking about a follow-up and to explain the situation. So this is the situation. My daughter went into active labor at home. We took her to the hospital. She called ahead of time, so we know they are expecting us. However, we get there to the emergency room. We watching nurses, putting gloves on, running to the door. They get outside of the door, and I drive a black SUV, and they look at my vehicle, and one of the nurses come up to the window, and she goes, I'm sorry, this is for ambulance only. I said, well, my daughter is in active labor. And she was like, okay. She said, but you're going to have to go to the front. I'm like, I have to drive to the front. And they said, yeah, you have to drive to the front. Okay, another redhead. And so I'm like, so she's in the, you hear, and it was like, yeah, she started bagging up, hit the button, went back inside the building. So I go around to the front. I get out of the car. Again, this girl is in more pain now than she was when we first left the house. And she started saying, I feel pressure, I feel pressure. I said, take deep breaths. I ran in. I said, hey, my daughter's in the car. I went to emergency. They told me I had to come to the front. So the lady was like, what's your daughter's name? Told her Kiara Jones. She gets out some paperwork, started typing in the name. I was like, ma'am, do you have a wheelchair or anything? She's in the car. I need to get her in. Oh, if you check on the other side of those doors where the vending machine's at, there should be a wheelchair out there. There's no wheelchair out there. So she gets up, she walks in the back, and she comes to the door with a wheelchair. She said, here you go, ma'am. I said, excuse me, you're not going to come with me? And she was like, no. Oh, okay. So a police officer was in the lobby. He gets up. He grabbed a wheelchair. He goes out the door with me. He said, come on, I got you. Went out there. She is on hands and knees in the back of the vehicle. And I'm like, oh, shit, what is going on? And then she goes, it's in my ass. And I was like, what? And the guy was like, and she was like, he said, okay, and she was like, give me a minute. She could not move. So when that contraction eased, we put her in a wheelchair. He said, you can go park your car, because they, again, had, people out there. So I went park my car. It wasn't even 30 seconds. I run back in the building. She's just there with a stack of papers in her hand, screaming that.
This is crazy. She was so worried about goddamn the car and the wheel, like trying to get this shit. The amount of attention to this matter was lackluster. I feel bad.
This baby is coming. I look at the registers behind the window, and they looking at me, and they was like, well, we can't do anything until she signed the papers. Are you fucking kidding me? So I grabbed the papers, and of course, it's all they ER bullshit that they have. And I was like, you want her to sign this, and she's in active labor. And they was like, okay. I was like, ma'am, she was supposed to be induced earlier today at 8 o'clock. And they called and told her that they would call her because they didn't have beds. And they would let her know. And no one ever called back. They called back every hour on an hour. And they was like, no, we'll call you back. And then finally, her water break, she called them. They tell her to come in. So why is she signing these papers? We need her in labor and delivery. And they was like, ma'am, I'm sorry. So the charge nurse comes out. And she saw the paper signed. What fucking, are you serious right now? And she closes the door. And then the lady behind the window, at this point, my daughter, scribbled her name on all the papers. We gave it to her. She says, thank you. She walked it around to the charge nurse. She opened up the door. My daughter is literally like having a contraction. And she's just standing there in the door. So we push her into the door. I said, can we get her into labor and delivery? She said, no, we have to fill out all this paperwork. I have to do the paperwork and get her a band before we can send her upstairs. So that was the video that you guys saw that I.
Ah, that's tough, man, for any parent. Like, I feel bad for you, man. Like, you know, especially a mom that's just trying to give birth. That sucks. Uh, it looks like you weren't getting treated with the level of priority or sense of urgency that normal healthcare workers give. And that sucks. No wonder that video went very viral. Y'all weren't doing nothing. I understand that some beds get filled, some rooms get filled, some hospitals are short staffed, but like, I mean, it's not what you say. Sometimes it's how you say it and what you say as well. But I just feel like y'all weren't getting treated the way y'all should have, right? A lot of people, you just use, especially if you're used to having, well, you had two kids already, so you know the level of treatment that you are supposed to get, and you don't get it on this one. It kind of it's shocking, right? But yeah, this could be one sided. But I know if I have any nurses or healthcare workers that are watching this, please let me know your honest thoughts. Were they just too chill for the situation? Were they just following hospital procedures? Is this a procedure matter to where they had to keep calm and follow paperwork and these sort of things? Or do they, or can they, you know, bypass some of those procedures when, you know, things are happening in real time? Is it situational? Let me know in the comments. This is part one. We're going to do a part two to this. See you in the next one.